everyone. I am here now with my Global Music Match teammates, the Pairs.
Hi,
Hello, Kim.
it's great to be
Yeah.
here. Thanks for taking the time to talk to
Ah,
us.
thanks for being here. I guess first of all, if you can tell me about your band, the Pairs, and sort of introduce yourself, like what sort of music you play.
We are the pairs. I'm Hillary. We've got Renee and Noelle. Renee's down here for me, Noelle's over here, but that might be
Oh, we
different
waved at the
on how
same
you're looking at it.
time.
The three of us actually are like the singers, songwriters, guitar players of the pairs. We exist in a couple different forms. So sometimes we perform as a trio, sometimes we perform with our lovely percussionist, Plim, aka Steve. And sometimes we are five, a cinquet, and that's with Matt on bass. And we are like an indie folk, three-part harmony is like the big identifier of what we do. But yeah, influenced by like folk, pop, indie, sometimes other influences sneak in there too.
How long have you been playing music together?
Yeah. So Noelle and I are identical twin sisters,
The ones
and
that look alike.
the twins that look alike. Hillary, we've actually known our entire lives. And Hillary is also a twin. Her twin brother is not in the band. But our mothers were very good friends before and continue to be very good friends, but they were before we were born. And then our moms were pregnant with us at the same time. And so there's these like deep kind of familial connections. And music was always something that was like just around our family gatherings, and we would harmonize and jam on like kitchen pots and pans. And then the three of us ended up going to like a performing arts school, a choir and orchestra school in from like grade 5 till 12, and got some formal training in choirs. And the pairs didn't start for us either until like mid 20s, I'd say, and we've been doing it for the last 6 years or so.
This is like a wonderful gift that you can just
Mm.
come together and make music. So yeah, it's amazing. I got too excited talking to you. I'm gonna move my keyboards.
How can we be in solidarity?
I'm a biggest fan of Avril Lavigne when I was growing up, and I'm still doing covers of hers. Like,
Oh, that's
yeah, like
amazing.
complicated.
Why don't make things so complicated?
Yeah.
Act like nobody else can be frustrated.
Lives like this, you.
Since you guys make like wonderful harmonious music, I guess what sort of theme do you normally talk about in your music, and how like songwriting come together with four of you or mainly three of you?
We write about a lot of our own, similar to what you were mentioning, with like your own emotion about something, about people that are in your life, about certain moments or experiences. We talk a lot too about how the songs just feel like our own therapy sessions that make their way into some sort of structure. So we do a lot of actual writing of lyrics and melody independently from each other, and then we'll bring pretty well finished song to the group. And it's like, okay, what do you hear? What harmony lines do you want to add? If there is like some difference in the composition that's sticking out, is like, oh, you went down, or in the melody or instrumental, whatever part of it, right? Oh, you went down here, try like elevating it into the bridge or whatever it is. It's felt really important to us that anybody who adds something to the song and is part of the live performance of it gets to like bring their whole self or whole sense of artistry and vibe into the song.
Like, tell me one thing each that that most people don't know about you, or fun facts about you?
So technology and Hillary just don't vibe. There's something energetically in your body that's just like defies the electronic field.
It has been proven time and time again.
Things just don't work. Like we'll follow the same processes, we'll do the exact same things on the same devices, and it just won't work for Hillary. Actually, I split my pants getting on stage recently. Yeah. Like I went to step up on the stage, and I had like a full tear right like through the like from my tailbone through my whole crotch.
Because she gets on the stage, which is like a really high step up, and then you just see her go eyes wide and just like I just split my hands. And so having to get off the stage to then find something else to wear in front of people sitting there.
Getting ready.
I feel like with Noelle too, there's this like, I want coffee right now, or I want burgers and fries right now, and there's always this like super excitement and build up to the consumption of these things, and then after it's like I shouldn't have done that.
Like
what's the best representation of your band?
High Hopes, we released like last year, is I think like a really good representation. It also is like very choral, which is something that like we bring to music, and I think it's like like our shtick. And it also has such powerful meaning, and is like great to like have people join in and sing with us in live shows. So I think for me, that's my answer.
It was actually about thinking about people who are struggling with mental illness. It's a call to also not live in the ease of cynicism that culturally seems to be really easy to do through like media consumption. And if you catch a vibe of loneliness from somebody, like go say hi, bring people in, have a conversation, get to know one another.
Because I personally love Monsters, and I would love to know like what this song is about.
This song was written after a former partner of mine, his nephew came and stayed with us, and he was in the spare room. I think he was about 7 or 8 at the time, and he was going to bed, and he looked out the window, and he was like feeling nervous because he thought he saw something outside of his window, and he called me in to the room to look out and just reassure him and let him know that everything was okay. And he had said he thought that he saw a man in a cape standing on the roof of the house next door. And I am a person who like is still very afraid of the dark, and I like sneak around my house at night because I'm afraid of what's lurking outside of it. Like I have that kind of anxiety, and so I was terrified to actually look out the window. But I did, and discovered that this man in the cape was a chimney on the roof of the house next door. And that moment just kind of stuck with me because I felt like I was sucked in really quickly to that, the fear of the unknown, and having this worry around what I might see if I look, as opposed to looking and like knowing for sure. At the time, I think I was really trying to understand more about myself too, as a settler living in Canada on stolen land, and trying to understand a bit more of like how we have come to be as a society in the way that we are, and just being inundated by people's stories about the need for us to look and understand something. And so there was just kind of all of those things going on in my head about we have to stop looking away at what feels uncomfortable, and that can happen on a very personal, like emotional level. It can also happen societally and among our own communities, and that's kind of what it was about. Like there's monsters everywhere. We're never gonna get rid of them if we don't look at them and get to know them and like let them through so we can actually understand and fix what we need to fix, kind of thing. That was the big kind of idea, I guess, in that song.
Wow. I want to quickly touch on the sovereignty either in Canada, in Australia, we have the same issues, like the settler and our Indigenous people They're still trying to deliver their voice at the moment. In Australia, we now, when we do any public speeches, we always make sure we have the acknowledgement of country, because it's a really old land, and we have so many different small countries on the land. And where I'm in right now, Canberra, it's actually called Ngunnawal land. So there's like Ngunnawal people over here, and it's similar between Canada and Australia.
Yeah, and I think of so many colonized countries, right? Where the people who are actually indigenous to that land are trying to, or have been trying for a really long time, to have their voices be heard. And yeah,
Yeah.
the colonial project is a monster.
Where we are, just to share too, where it's now called London, but it is Deshkin is Antler River, and it's territory of Anishinaabe peoples, and traditionally, and Haudenosaunee and Lenape.
In both countries, we're sort of having the same awakeness, and started to recognize the traditional people more now, which is a good thing. But we're still working on it, right? We're still trying to push a bit more of acknowledgement and all that. So yeah, complex, very complex. Is there any message that you want to give it to our Aussie friends? We call Australians Aussies just because Australian is too long to say.
Yeah.
Aussies.
To the Aussies, we're fun. We would love to come and play music for you, and follow us on social media, mate. And I'm just kidding. If anyone connects to our social media through Kim Yang's posts and then find themselves in southwestern Ontario, Canada, send us a message and we'll go for tea or coffee.
We'll show you the hot spots
Or
of
maybe
London, Ontario.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Kim.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Doesn't it look like I have 1,400 fingers?
Wow.